In October 2024, we planned an exciting road trip to Italy. On our itinerary that we meticulously crafted was Verona, then olive oil tasting in Emilia-Romagna region, Florence, and finally Genoa. It was supposed to be a week of discovery, indulgence, and beauty. While driving through Germany and Austria, the weather was particularly splendid. But as with any adventure, nature had its own proposal. As soon as we crossed the border into Italy, the weather changed into a torrential downpour. For hours, the windshield wipers fought valiantly against the relentless sheets of water. After 9 hours of driving, we finally arrived in Verona late in the evening. By some stroke of luck, the rain stopped just as we reached the city, and we hoped that it would stay like that until the morning. And yes, the next morning the skies were kind to us for a few brief hours. We strolled through the city, admiring its charming streets and historical sites. After passing by the Arena di Verona, we soon arrived at Casa di Giulietta. We lingered for a moment under the iconic Juliet's balcony, imagining Shakespearean stories of love. It was crowded in front of the statue of Juliet, but we came quite early, so we didn't have to wait too long to touch her breast, as it is believed to bring good luck. But soon the wind picked up and the rain returned, cutting our sightseeing short. The next day brought another stormy drive, this time to Varignana in the Emilia-Romagna region. The rain lashed against the car, but as we neared our destination, the sky began to shift. The dramatic clouds parted slightly, revealing patches of blue and sunlight that illuminated the rolling hills and vineyards. It was breathtaking. The wine production and especially olive oil tasting was an interesting experience. Each sip of different olive oil was a revelation, a burst of flavor that spoke of the land's richness and care. We soaked up every moment of this experience.
It's powerful at nose. You can feel grass and the fresh olives. This part of the glass, because we don't want to change the temperature. But with olive oil, we have to do the opposite. So to better express the tasting notes and the parfum, we have to warm a little bit the cups just by taking it like that, and then we just caress the cups.
Black is not pink because it hits whatever it finds in the forest, okay? And it's produced in the hill above Imola. And then you have some cheeses, the Parmesan cheese of course, 2 years old, and the pecorino from Romagna.
We arrived at Florence quite late in the afternoon due to heavy traffic. To our delight, the weather was very pleasant. So we quickly checked into our hotel and drove to the city centre. There we parked in the multi-story car park in Piazza della Stazione. The city felt alive and buzzing with energy. We wandered through the busy streets, pausing to admire the grandeur of the Duomo and the intricate details of its facade. For dinner, we stopped at a quaint pizzeria where the scent of freshly baked dough filled the air. It was actually a very nice evening. The next morning, the forecast promised more rain in the area, so we reluctantly left Florence and headed to Genoa. We opted to drive through the Tuscany olive groves instead of the highway, and it was a really good choice. Despite the light rain, it was a very pleasant journey. Near Lucca, we spontaneously stopped at a cozy restaurant for lunch. The lunch was truly incredible. The little free welcome course, which the Italians call benvenuto, welcome, or the coccola dello chef, a little pampering from the chef, was a pleasant surprise. The whole experience was the epitome of Italian hospitality. The food was delicious, and the pleasant atmosphere made us feel very comfortable. The welcome from Genoa, however, was less forgiving. We barely managed to snap a quick shot of the beautiful fountain in Piazza de Ferrari when the weather turned truly menacing. So we quickly treated ourselves to some focaccia from a local bakery and went back to our accommodations. But with the rain showing no signs of letting up and flood warnings looming, we decided to cut our trip short and head home. The next day on the way back, as we drove toward Innsbruck in Austria, we stumbled upon the small village of Villa Lagarina in the province of Trentino. It was like a scene from a storybook. We didn't have time to explore the village, but we stopped here for lunch at the Taverna da Giovanni, a famous seafood restaurant. The food was incredibly fresh, enhancing the natural Italian flavors. This trip wasn't really what we had envisioned, but it was pleasant anyway. The unpredictable weather added a sense of spontaneity and drama to our journey, making every moment feel more vivid and memorable. And now just sit back, listen to the music, and enjoy the views of the northern Italian countryside. And we would like to give a special heartfelt thank you to our son for taking on the driving duties. There were many hours behind the wheel. And thank you all for watching, for your likes and kind comments, and for supporting our channel.